Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new video, and today we're going to be doing another tier list, but this time we're actually doing the Red Dead Redemption 2 tier list. Now, I haven't really played this game on the channel, but I have played it on my own, and it was like one of the best games that I've ever played. And I was just looking at the tier list and I found this, so like, why not? Now, this doesn't have, I think, a lot of the characters, but it has most of them. Well, most of the important ones at least. So yeah, let's get started. So first over here we have the OG slash God tier. Now this is the one that are like the best, like the OGs. They're just super good, and like the favorites. Underneath we have the people that are good. They're a kind of like God tier and like kind of like alright, but they're like in the middle. Next we have the people that are alright. This is between good and this one. So like people that are, they're good, but there's also a lot of bad with them too. And these are the people that like suck, they're horrible, they can just go to hell. And then these are the people that I didn't know. Maybe I do, but I don't really remember them as much. But yeah. Anyways, starting off, we have Miss Grimshaw. I'll put her in good. She was a good character overall. At the end when they face off, Arthur, John against Dutch, Micah, and all of those other guys. She was the one that stood up with Arthur and actually trusted him that Micah was the traitor. So yeah, she's a pretty good character. Abigail, I'll put her in good too. She's not that bad of a character. She's pretty good. She doesn't really care about money and all that much. She just cares about her family and she wants them safe. He's a pretty good character. All right, next up, this guy. I'm gonna save him for last because I have a lot to say about this guy. Anyway, next up we have Reverend. Put the Reverend in alright. He's not that bad, but he's not that good either. Yeah, he drinks a lot and stuff, which I get. But like, I don't know, there's actually not much about him. Next up we have Sean. I'll put him in. I'm confused with Sean. Like, he's an alright character, but he's also pretty good too. I'll put him in good. He's one of those characters that he protects the gang. He wants everyone to be safe, everyone to be together. But yeah, he's one of the good people in the gang. Right, next up, this is the mafia leader, right, or something like that. The Angelo Bronte. Honestly, he can just go to hell. Like, he's not that good of a person. I don't really care about him as much. Right, next up we have Arthur. Well, keep him for last. And John too, keep the best for last. Bill, honestly, I would put him in alright, but what he did at the end and all, he can go to hell, honestly. In the start he was a pretty alright character, but as the story went on, he became just super, like, super bad, I guess. This woman, she's the one who fights with the other people, right, in the town. She can't go to hell. Honestly, she kidnapped Jack and all of that. So yeah, she sucks. Charles, he's a good character. He stands with you, and he tries to help you out a lot. So yeah, he's a pretty good character. He doesn't betray you either, so that's pretty good. Dutch, I'll put him in. I'll put Dutch in alright. He's not that good, but he doesn't suck that much either. Like in the start, I feel like he's a good leader, but it's just some of his viewpoints are just super bad. Next up, this is the Eagle Flies, right? His son. He's a good character. He helps out Arthur a lot. When they're fighting I think it was when they were fighting, where'd he go? This guy, what's the brother group called? But yeah, anyways, he was, fighting, he helped Arthur fight them and all, which was pretty good, So I'll put him in good. He cares a lot for his people too. Next up, Hosea is a good character. His death was, it was pretty sad. Like Miss Grimshaw's too. She got killed by Micah, it was just like, I don't know, just like we didn't really have time to mourn like either of their deaths, you know, like they died for us, and you know, it was super super sad. Same with Lenny too, you know, you never really got to mourn their death. Next, Jack's a good character. You know, he's a kid, and he just does kids things, you know, so it's not that bad. He's a pretty good character. Also, he grows up and, you know, he becomes like a killer, but I mean, like father, like son, you know. Next up, this is Javier. Right, Javier, I'll put him in. I won't put him in suck slash go to hell. Put him in alright. You know, he's not that bad. You know, he chose the wrong people at the end to pick sides with, but like if you remember at the end, he doesn't really point his gun at Arthur, which is, it's pretty cool, you know. Right, next up is Karen. Karen's a good character, you know. There's not really much bad about her other than, you know, I guess she drinks a lot and stuff, but she's a good character overall. Next up is him. He's the O'Driscoll, Kieran. Kieran, I'll put him in good. You know, his death was super bad and crazy, but overall he's a good character. You know, came in as from the rival gang, but he fit in, like, you know, our gang pretty well, and you know, did stuff to help us, or at least the gang, you know, so he's a pretty good character. Lenny, I'm not I want to put him in God tier, but not really sure if I should. Yeah, he's a pretty good character. You know what, I'll put him in God tier. You know, he's super he's like one of those characters that would like literally, you know, give his life for you. He's pretty nice to Arthur, pretty nice to everyone in the gang, you know, wants everyone to be safe. Yeah, he's a good character. An awesome character, honestly. Next up is this guy. This is the train guy, right? Whose train we rob. Honestly, I didn't really care about him. I guess he could go to hell, since like he is kind of like a bad guy, I guess. Next up, Mary Beth. She's a good character, you know. She gives Arthur some good advice at a point in the game, and you know, overall she's a good character. I feel like everyone in this wanted gang to be safe and together, you know. And I'll put Tilly in good right now too, because she's a pretty good character, you know. Like Mary Beth, she wants everyone you know, to be together. At least that's what I think. You know, she's super nice to Arthur. She helps him out, and Arthur also saved her, which was pretty cool. So, you know, that's also a thing that she has in her mind. Micah, he can go to hell. I mean, like, honestly, is there like anything to really say about him? Other than, you know, he's a rat, and yeah, he should just die. Anyways, next up, this is Molly, right? Molly, I'd say, honestly, I'd put her in good, but I feel like she's an alright character, you know? She's not that bad. You know, she liked Dutch, so like whatever she did was because of that. At the end, she got shot because, you know, she said she was a traitor when she wasn't. She was mad at Dutch, I think, and that's why she said it out of, I guess, you know, anger and all of that. But next up we have Pearson. He's a good character. You know, he's the cook. He's super nice. You know, to everyone, and so yeah, he's a good character. This is his dad. I forgot his name. It's like, that's Eagle Flies, and this is like Rains Falls, is it? I think. He's a good character. You know, he helps out Arthur a lot, and you know, he also has a story related to him, and you know, he gives them advice, some good advice too. He's a pretty good character. This is the Driscoll leader. He can go to hell. Next up we have Sadie. She's in God tier. You know, she's one of the strongest females on the show. You know, she's pretty good, and you know, she helps out Arthur and helps out John a lot at the end too, which is pretty good. So yeah, she's a awesome character. Next up, Uncle. See, he's alright. You know, like the Reverend, he's mostly just a drunk old man, I guess, and you know, you gotta save him every single time. So yeah, he's an alright character. Alright, now these three. First, I wanna get rid of this guy. Honestly, he can go to hell. Or wait, I'm about to make a new column for him, because he deserves his own column. Super annoying. Go die, dude. honestly, I hate him so much. He's so annoying. He's honestly one of the reasons why Arthur died. You know, he kind of like is like that he can die and then go to hell. But like yeah, like honestly, if you don't do his missions, he'll be so annoying and like he'll come up to you and say, "Oh, you know, have you done it yet?" or something like that. Like, just shut up. Seriously, you're so annoying, and like you're one of the reasons Arthur died. If you know Arthur chooses the right path and tries to save John, it's his fault he died. So yeah, he's the real killer. But anyways, Arthur and John both are OG tier, God tier. You know, one of the best characters of both games, honestly, and yeah, they're just super good. But anyways, yeah, that's my list. I hope you guys enjoyed. You know, let me know in the comments if you agree or disagree with me. And you know, like the video, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace.